Your mind runs wild. That's the real problem. Not your bills, not your boss, not the traffic. Your thoughts spiral, and you follow them straight into stress. Most people wake up and let worry attack them right away. What happened yesterday? What might go wrong today? What if tomorrow is worse? They scroll their phones, get stressed, and repeat it all again the next day. They think life is hard, but the ancient Stoics knew something different. Life isn't breaking you. Your mind's reaction to life is breaking you. If that already makes sense to you, hit the like button right now. Stay until the end because I'm going to show you the one habit most people skip, but it transforms everything. Marcus Aurelius ran a whole empire. Epictetus was born into slavery. Seneca faced exile and betrayal. Yet all three found peace in the middle of chaos, not by controlling what happened around them, but by training their minds.
They built daily habits, simple practices that changed how they experienced the world. This isn't about motivation. Motivation disappears when things get hard. This is about mental discipline. Discipline separates the people who react from the people who respond, the people who suffer from the people who endure, the people who break from the people who stand strong. You're about to learn 6 Stoic habits. Ancient philosophers practiced these every day. I've arranged them from easiest to hardest. Each one builds on the last, creating a powerful effect that rewires your brain. By the end, you won't feel better temporarily. You'll think differently. You'll be different. Type "I'm ready" in the comments if you're ready to train your mind. I read every single comment and want to know you're committed to this. Habit number 1, the morning mindset ritual. The first battle happens before you get out of bed. Marcus Aurelius started every morning by reminding himself what kind of people he'd meet that day. The rude ones, the ungrateful ones, the mean ones, the dishonest ones.
He wasn't complaining, he was preparing. He told himself these people exist because they don't understand what he understands, but he won't be surprised. He won't be knocked off balance. That's the morning mindset ritual. Before the world floods you with demands, you set your intention. You prepare your mind. When you wake up tomorrow, don't grab your phone. Take 60 seconds. Sit on the edge of your bed. Ask yourself one question. What do I control today? The answer never changes. Your thoughts, your reactions, your effort. Everything else? Outside your control. Then walk through your day in your mind, not with worry, but with clarity. Got a hard conversation coming? Picture yourself staying calm. Got boring work to do? Commit to focusing on it. What if something goes wrong? Remind yourself that obstacles don't ruin your day. Your response to obstacles ruins your day. The Stoics called this premeditation. You're refusing to let reality catch you off guard. Most people let the day happen to them. They wake up in reaction mode. They scroll through things that stress them out and wonder why they feel anxious before breakfast. You're doing the opposite. You're taking control of the only thing you ever controlled anyway, your internal state. This habit is the foundation. It takes 1 minute, and it works. When you start your day with intention instead of reaction, everything shifts. You're no longer a passenger. You're the pilot. Master this, and you're ready for the second habit. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now. I post content like this every week, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button. Habit number 2, the pause practice. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there's a gap. Most people never see it. They react instantly. Anger to insult, anxiety to uncertainty, frustration to inconvenience. Stimulus hits response with no space in between. The Stoics saw that gap, and they made it wider. Epictetus taught that events don't disturb us. Our thoughts about events disturb us. Someone cuts you off in traffic. The event means nothing by itself. Your thought creates the suffering. That person is an idiot. They disrespected me. My whole day is ruined.
That thought happens so fast it feels automatic, but it's not. It's a habit, and habits can change. When something triggers you, insert a pause before you respond. Something happens, you feel the surge, anger, anxiety, frustration. Instead of reacting immediately, do 3 things. First, name the emotion. I'm feeling anger. Second, take 1 deep breath. Third, ask yourself, will this response help me or hurt me? That's it. Name it, breathe, question it. You're not hiding the emotion, you're creating space around it. You're reminding yourself that you have a choice. Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. The Stoics practiced this constantly. When insulted, they'd pause and think, does this person's opinion change who I am? No? Then why give it power? When facing setbacks, they'd pause and ask, is this obstacle a real disaster, or is it inconvenient? Most people are slaves to their immediate reactions. You're training yourself to be free. This habit builds on your morning mindset. You've already set your intention. Now you're protecting it all day long by refusing to react blindly. Master the pause, and you're no longer controlled by circumstances. You're learning self-command. Comment, I choose my response, if this applies to you. I want to see those comments flooding in. Habit number 3, negative visualization. Seneca had a habit that sounds dark but was deeply freeing. He'd imagined losing everything he valued: his money, his position, his health, even the people he loved. Not to torture himself, to prepare himself, and more importantly, to appreciate what he had while he still had it.
This is negative visualization. Most people avoid thinking about bad outcomes. They believe staying positive means pretending nothing can go wrong. But the Stoics understood that denial doesn't prevent suffering, it makes suffering worse. When you refuse to consider hardship, it blindsides you when it arrives. You haven't built any mental strength, you collapse. Negative visualization does 2 things. First, it removes the shock from hardship. If you've mentally walked through losing your job and then you lose your job, you're not frozen by panic, you're prepared. You've already thought through your options. Second, it creates deep gratitude. When you imagine life without your health, your relationships, your freedom, you stop taking them for granted. You see them clearly. Once a day, spend 2 minutes imagining a challenge you might face. Not catastrophizing, honest consideration. What if this project fails? What if this relationship ends? What if I get sick? Then ask yourself, how would I handle this? What's within my control? You're not attracting disaster. You're training your mind to face reality without falling apart. Marcus Aurelius wrote that nothing happens to any person that they aren't formed by nature to handle. You're reminding yourself of your own strength. This habit makes you both prepared for hardship and grateful for the present. You're not living in fear of loss. You're living with clear eyes. If you're getting value from this, make sure you've hit that like button, and if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them right now. Habit number 4, the evening reflection. Seneca ended every day with self-examination. Before sleep, he'd review the entire day like a general reviewing a battle. What went well? Where did he fail? What could he do better tomorrow? But he did this without beating himself up. He wasn't punishing himself, he was learning. This is the evening reflection. It closes the loop. Your morning mindset started the day. Most people end their day scrolling, distracted, numb. They carry stress into sleep, wake up still carrying it, and wonder why they feel exhausted.
You're going to do something different. You're going to process your day on purpose. Before bed, take 5 minutes. Sit somewhere quiet. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, where did I respond well today? Maybe you stayed calm during conflict. Maybe you focused when you wanted to quit. Acknowledge it. You're reinforcing good behavior. Second, where did I react poorly? Maybe you snapped at someone. Maybe you wasted hours avoiding important work. Name it clearly. No excuses, no justifications. Honest assessment. Third, what will I do differently tomorrow? Not vague self-improvement talk, specific action. Tomorrow, when I feel that frustration rising, I'll use the pause practice. Tomorrow, I'll tackle the hard task first thing. Marcus Aurelius called this the view from above, stepping outside yourself to see your own behavior clearly. You're not your mistakes, you're the person learning from them. When you combine this evening reflection with your morning intention, you create a feedback loop. You set your course in the morning, you navigate through the day, you adjust at night. You're no longer drifting, you're steering. Habit number 5, voluntary discomfort. Seneca did something strange. Periodically, he'd sleep on the floor, eat plain bread, wear cheap clothing. He was wealthy. He didn't have to do this. That's exactly why he did it. He called it poverty training. He wasn't being self-righteous. He was eliminating fear. Most people are terrified of losing comfort, so they spend their whole lives protecting it. Seneca chose to experience discomfort on purpose. That way, if hardship came, it wouldn't break him. He'd already proven he could handle it. This is voluntary discomfort. Mental discipline becomes physical. Your mind is shaped by your body's experiences. If you've never been cold, hungry, tired, or physically challenged, your mind stays fragile. The first time discomfort shows up, you panic. But if you've chosen discomfort, you've trained your mind to stay calm under pressure. Modern examples look different than Seneca's, but the principle is the same. Take a cold shower, not because you enjoy it, but because you're teaching your mind that discomfort won't destroy you.
Fast for a day, skip a meal, feel hunger and understand it's manageable. Exercise until it's hard. Sit in silence without your phone for 30 minutes. Sleep on the floor once a week. You're not punishing yourself, you're training yourself. The Stoics understood that comfort makes you weak, not morally weak, mentally weak. When everything is easy, your tolerance for difficulty shrinks. You become dependent on external conditions for your internal peace. But when you regularly choose challenge, you build strength. You prove to yourself over and over that you're stronger than you think. Habit number 6, memento mori. Marcus Aurelius kept a skull on his desk, not for decoration, for clarity. He reminded himself every single day that he would die. You could leave life right now, he wrote. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This is memento mori. Remember, you will die. Most people avoid this habit because it's uncomfortable, because it feels dark, because we'd rather pretend we have infinite time. But pretending you're immortal doesn't protect you from death. It makes you waste your life. When you deeply understand that your time is limited, everything changes. That petty argument? Meaningless. That grudge you've been holding? Ridiculous. That dream you've been postponing? Urgent. Memento mori doesn't make you depressed. It makes you awake. Seneca said, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." He wasn't being negative, he was being honest, and that honesty freed him. Every morning, after your mindset ritual, add one sentence. I might not see tomorrow. Not with fear, with clarity. Then ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I waste it on resentment, distraction, or fear? The answer is obvious.
This doesn't mean living recklessly. It means living intentionally. It means treating every conversation like it might be your last with that person. It means doing your work with care because you don't know how many chances you'll have. It means forgiving quickly, loving openly, and refusing to delay what matters. Most people ignore this habit because it's confronting, but it's the most powerful practice in Stoicism. It makes everything else urgent. Your morning intention becomes critical. Your pause before reacting becomes essential. Your evening reflection becomes non-negotiable. When you remember you will die, you stop wasting time pretending your suffering is permanent and your life is infinite. You live like you mean it. If this message reached you, smash that like button right now. Comment below with "My mind, my control," so I know this got through to you. Don't go anywhere. I've got another video for you on the screen right now that will keep this momentum going. Click it and continue your training. Your mind is untrained, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Train it. Stay unshaken.